When you point your camera at a scene, the exposure meter averages out the colours into light values. It doesn't see colours, it only reads the brightness value for a colour. All the colours are blended together to produce a grey tone. An average exposure value is assigned to that scene. The clever bit is knowing how to interpret the reading so you can capture the mood of what you see and not just an overall picture based on a mid-tone reading. So let's start by looking at various ways to take an exposure reading. We can go the traditional route and use a separate handheld meter. And there's no reason why you can't use these meters with a digital camera. Simply take a light reading and transfer the settings to your camera. However, technology has moved on and digital SLR cameras have very sophisticated exposure meters built into the camera. So let's briefly look at the options available. The multi-segment or evaluative meter reading. This interprets the subject using the camera's computer and can intelligently work out the kind of subject you have framed. For example, if you have a large amount of sky in the upper part of a scene, then metering automatically compensates for this by giving priority to the lower half. Many cameras also incorporate face detection. The exposure may then be biased towards the reading taken from that face area. Centerweighted. This averages out the readings taken from the overall picture area, but gives priority to a 40 or 60% central area. Spot metering. The camera reads a 1 or 2 degree area. A spot reading gives precise exposure readings from the selected area, but make sure you know how to interpret the readings. Taking a spot meter reading of a black cat will not produce the same results as pointing it at a white cat. Generally, using a spot meter, you point the spot area at a mid-tone to take a reading. But more advanced users may take a reading from a highlight and then calculate the exposure based on how bright they want the highlights to be. On many digital SLR cameras, the spot area can be assigned to match the focus point. Using the manual mode on a digital SLR camera, together with spot meter readings, will enable you to make very precise exposures. Use the exposure level indicator to open or close the aperture, or adjust the shutter speed until the meter indicates the correct exposure. The camera is now set, ready for you to take the picture.